Okay, what is up, guys? It has been a little while since I've done one of these, but that's because I've been busy helping my dad with stuff and doing a lot of grinding on a different game. But I'm back now, I'm taking a break from that. So yeah, let's pick up where we left off with summertime here. We left off on the start of Thursday. I got quite far in part 1, I think. So we're gonna see how Thursday goes here. Yeah, I suppose it would be, wouldn't it? I launched out of bed and landed my slippers with such accuracy that I'm tempted to tell somebody how awesome it was. Sure you did. After stretching a little bit, I look out my window and reminisce over the movie I watched yesterday. Wouldn't say it was funny or cool, but rather something different. It was a war movie, but the story wasn't as focused on shooting and big explosions as the ones I usually watch. Lucky for me, it didn't focus on romantic stuff either. I can only recall 2 scenes that would fit that description, and they weren't all that long. As I understood it, the plot centered around a guy around my age, and most of it happened just before his country entered the war. Yep. The protagonist himself is kind of funny, but not in a comedic way, with the occasional banter or snarky remark. Sounds kind of like you. Unlike some other stories I've heard of, he didn't join the army because of his girlfriend or whatever. He actually wanted to prove to his father, his community, his father, and a girl who he felt unrequited love for, that he's no longer the little troublemaker he was known as. The ending scene was kind of annoying, but exciting. He just received a letter from the girl he loved, inquiring about his fate when his group spotted the enemy approaching their camp. With a handwritten letter in his breast pocket and his newly found friends by his side, they prepared for the defense. Then right before the battle began, the movie was over. Ah, cliffhanger ending, that's lame. Yep, they're trying to sequel bait. Ambition? Yeah, I felt ambitious. Is it the fact that I had a good night's sleep, or some of that ambition is still lingering from yesterday? Whatever it is, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to say whatever it is. I feel more motivated to do something new than on most days. So I was going to the kitchen. I got to say bye to Mom in person for a change. She was just about to leave. Seeing her go to work kind of made me feel bad about staying home with literally nothing planned for the entire day. The thought kept me company as I had my morning coffee in front of the house. A light breeze aided me in cooling my hot drink. While enjoying the sweet, milky taste, I tried to come up with possible activities for the day. Mug was half empty, or half full, when I saw a person running past our house in what appeared to be workout clothes. How much do you want to bet that's Monika? Not being an athletic person, I dismissed the idea of doing the same. However, what I said to Monika in an attempt to save face might be a thing I could actually try. Oh, you're still oh, that's right. I totally forgot about that. He's totally on this bullshit thing about working out just because he's trying to impress Monika. Dude, just give it up. I helped Dad and some friends with moving in the past. It wasn't that bad, even if I got a little sweaty. Guessing a gym membership doesn't come cheap with all the expensive equipment they provide, but thinking about it makes me curious. How much is it actually? Going back to my room, I search for local gyms and click on the first link that the search gave me. Looks really slick and professional. Photos, short and to the point descriptions, and all the good stuff. The thing that really grabbed my attention is a red headline saying they have a 1-month tryout period, but the offer expires this week. Looks like you checked in at the right time. This is exactly what I was looking for. If I change my mind, which is very likely, I can just get a refund and maybe buy a video game. What a coincidence that this website was the first one to pop up on my screen. Yeah, a little too convenient, don't you think? Oh my god. Standing in front of the gym, I feel hesitant to enter. Don't let Monika see you like that. There's an automated sliding door, a huge well-lit logo on the wall, and a colorful information board neatly placed next to the entrance. Heck, even a little reception for what I can see from the outside. I'm not trying to think myself out of it, but the whole building looks like a place you have to earn your way into. Otherwise, you'll get crushed like a low-level player who's trying to solo a boss monster. Either that, or you can impress the hell out of the higher levels and actually beat it. You know, if you think it's possible. I've been milling about for a minute or two now. Looking at my reflection in the eye, I take a deep breath. Here goes nothing. This isn't gonna go well, is it? I spent at least an hour at the gym. Although that statement is true, what I actually did during that time wasn't all that impressive. Tried doing some weightlifting with different kinds of equipment, but I must have been really bad at it because a coach came up to me asking me if I was doing okay. Confessed to being a complete newbie to this whole thing, and I'm really just improvising. Then this coach said they usually only help... I totally skipped over that. This coach said they usually only help premium customers, but I can get a little sample of their services. Maybe it's only because I barely know anything, but what I've been told in those few minutes was very helpful. Oh yeah? What'd he tell ya? After I tried out everything that seemed interesting, I went to take a nice hot shower. Used some deodorant too, just in case I got sweaty without noticing. Step out onto the street and I take a deep breath before I look around, in hopes of getting an idea for what to do next. Okay. There's a girl approaching from a distance. Her confident stride catches my eyes, holds my attention for a few seconds. How much do you want to bet it's Monika? Yep. Alright. $1 million question. Yep, I knew it. How come she's walking around this area? Because she likes to walk all over the place, dude. That's a stupid question. She has a lot going on in her life, so of course she's on the go. Without consciously making the decision, I wait for her. She waves at me and shoots a genuine smile at me like she's actually glad to see me. Well, of course she is, dude. I try to suppress my grin. I can feel my mouth curl into an awkward, stiff smile. She comes closer to me. I keep looking away repeatedly. Oh, the dude sounds like he's shy. Her footsteps stop. She's standing barely more than arm's reach away from me. Haven't seen you around this part of town, Ben. Is this the gym you were telling me about yesterday? Huh? Yeah, I guess it is. I'm glad you think this is a nice area. Did I say stuff like that yesterday? I was too wrapped up in my attempt to not look like a shut-in loser. Just don't let Monika see through your facade, dude. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. Why does it matter what I think about it? What kind of a question is that? No reason. Anyway, where were you headed before I got petrified by her crazy gorgeous gaze? I was thinking about what my next task should be for today. Then I saw you and, well, I don't think I need to say any more than that. I get it. I like to take a walk when I want to organize my thoughts. Maybe it could help you too. That sounds lovely. Why don't you come walk with me to the music shop? You'll sort out your thoughts and I'll have some company on my journey. It's a win-win. You can tell me all about your plans. This is somehow scary and tempting at the same time. Don't be afraid, just do it! If I don't go with her, there's no telling when I'll get a chance like this again. If I go, I can easily embarrass myself and guarantee she won't want to associate with me. Oh my god, dude, just do it! I feel like I'm gonna regret this, but I'll go with you, Monika. Okay. Then take the first step. What does she mean? Is this one of those hints guys miss all the time? I mean, literally take the first step, otherwise we won't get anywhere. Okay then. Oh, right. Off to a great start, Ben. I avoid talking about my supposed plans for a while by throwing the ball back to her and asking about the things she's involved in. The only surprise I have regarding the list of things she does is that she actually has time for it all. Yeah. A day is 24 hours for her, too, right? How could she do so many things? I don't know. If I achieve 2 important things on the same day, that's already a busy day for me. Same, dude. Still, I have to think of something to do next. She said I could walk her to the music shop, but after that she'd probably like to do her thing on her own terms. You don't know that. If she asks me about what I'm going to do after this, I'm afraid stomping noobs is not going to cut it for an answer. Oh, funny. We arrive at what appears to be the music shop, but it seems to be closed with a note attached to the door. Monika walks closer and reads it. Oh shit, did they go out of business? That's a shame. They had to close due to some unspecified personal reason. Well, I assume you have to go and take care of your own business, so I don't want to keep you up. It's been nice talking to you. Wait a second, Monika. Huh? I could stay some more if you'd like. You're not thinking about skirting your responsibilities, are you? No, not at all. I thought it over while we were walking, and I have some time to kill at the moment. Is that so? Let me improvise. This really reminds me of a little thing my dad likes to tell me. Improvise, adapt, overcome. I don't know where he got it from, but it's a useful little reminder for me to not waver when facing new challenges. Here's an idea. If you aren't too tired after your workout, we could go for a long walk around town. Kind of felt bad about not going hard during my workout, but it seems like that wasn't such a bad thing after all. So I should take the first step, right? It's up to you, Ben. Ignoring it is one option. I heard of life giving out lemons, but what does this knocking on my door one mean? I don't want any lemons! Okay, let's go then. We start walking in what appears to be a direction picked at random. She seems to know the area well, so I assume she also knows where we might end up. I'm relieved when our conversation trails off from sharing our plans and we talk about more basic things. School subjects, music, travels, etc. That's the level of seriousness I'm comfortable with. She told me she's been practicing some jazz piano songs. She also said that in a few weeks she'll be ready to present it to all of us. Oh really now? That would be cool. Seeing her being so passionate about it makes me want to listen to how far ahead she is after working on it for months. Our focus shifts towards even less serious topics, and at this point we're just messing about like we've been friends for a long time. Okay then. Hey Pen, wanna hear a joke? Sure, what you got? Knock knock, oh boy. Oh god. Okay, I'll play along. Who's there? Just who? Just Monika. Okay, that's pretty good. Okay, I'll give you that one. Is that supposed to be a reference to something, or is it just a bad joke? Nah, dude, you don't get it. I force myself to smile as to not offend her by keeping a poker face. Good one. Want to hear a different kind of joke? Go ahead. I'm tempted to say me, but she probably considers me a joke already, so it'll just come off as a statement of fact. Low self-esteem. Gotta love it. Please don't get upset if I don't laugh afterwards. That's fine, I'm used to... Huh? Aw, she actually looks concerned now. I searched my memory thoroughly and tried to recall one of the few really good jokes Dad told me when I was younger. Won't be the same as when he told it to me, but it should be good enough. Here's one. Once upon a time, there was a millionaire who collected live alligators. He kept them in the pool in the back of his mansion. The millionaire also had a beautiful daughter who was single. One day, the millionaire decided to throw a party. At the height of the event, he announces a competition and details the terms of it. My dear guests, I have a proposition to every man here. I will give $1 million or my daughter to the man who can swim across the pool full of alligators and emerge unharmed. Okay, where are you going with this? To those brave few who would dare to try, come to this side of the pool. Several men came from the crowd, and they started looking at the alligator-ridden water in front of them. As the millionaire was playfully teasing them about looking like scared little boys, they hear the sound of a large splash in the pool. The guy who was swimming with all his might, and the crowd began to cheer him on. Finally, he made it to the other side of the pool unharmed. The millionaire was impressed, and he said, "That was incredible! Astonishing! I didn't think anyone would even dare to try!" Well, I must keep my end of the bargain. Take your pick, my daughter or the $1 million. The guy catches his breath, then says, "Listen, I don't care about the money. I don't care about your daughter. Just tell me who's the bastard that pushed me into the pool!" Okay, that was pretty good. Nice build. That was a nice build up. I love that. That was really funny. Yeah, my dad used to tell me jokes like those. It's a good way to break the ice, he said. He's got a point. You know if the man later accepted the rewards? No, it's just a joke. It ends there. Think about it like a thought exercise, dude. Because I'm kind of curious too. You know, would he, after the fact, if he finds out who pushed him in the pool, would he still take the damn money? Or the guy's daughter? I don't like to overthink things. But perhaps there's more to it than you think. We can extract a lesson even from a simple story like that. From a joke? Yes! This is exactly what I'd expect from Monika. Try to turn a joke into some philosophical discussion. That's Monika for you. If I don't pay attention, she might go off and try to define what the definition of is. It's not that complicated, really. Remember how the man didn't willingly jump in the pool? Although this is an extreme case, sometimes necessary for people to be pushed to action. Just like the man who swam across the pool, we can all achieve much more than we think. He was raging and vengeful, but ultimately the person who pushed him helped him take on a seemingly impossible challenge. But he could have died, but he didn't. Yes, just as many other people who take on high-risk jobs. For example, soldiers, firefighters, police, and so on. I hope if you find yourself in a similar situation, you won't resent the person pushing you to your limits. Don't worry, I won't even get close to a pool if it's filled with alligators. The next few minutes pass in silence as we walk down a long street. The architecture of the buildings here show they were built recently. They have a distinctly sophisticated feel to them. Must be an upper class area. Oh cool, we get a CG. Nice! That's some nice artwork, dude. I love that. That is really nice. We take a turn and we are now walking in a more quiet part of town. The silence between us starts to feel awkward, so I decide to break the ice. No, no, dude. That is not what you ask in this situation. This seems to make the most sense right now. Didn't expect to end up here. You know, Monika, I really didn't think I'd find myself here. This is sort of a big change from what I usually do. Not that I don't ever go outside.
I can relate to that feeling, Ben. The way things have been going lately are very new to me as well. Maybe I'm just so used to being in school that it feels like it's where I'm supposed to be. That being anywhere else, my presence seems foreign. But don't take it as me complaining. Things are turning out nicely so far.
It's okay. I'm sure most of us feel out of place sometimes. I glance over at her, and her usual confident expression is replaced by something more somber as she walks with her eyes now looking down at the ground. Maybe I can lighten the mood with a relatable story about me. Even if she laughs at me instead of with me, it'd be nice to cheer her up. Would you like to hear a story about me?
Of course.
Where to start? This was in elementary school. I was a lot more shy back then. I read a lot of manga and sometimes even brought them to school with me. As you can imagine, it was all well and good until a fad came along. Kids around me wanted to talk about that all the time. It's not that I had a problem with that game, but after playing it a few times, it became really mundane to me. Reading new stories interested me a lot more. They even pestered me about not joining them, telling me I'm acting like I think I'm better than them. It really wasn't that. I just wanted different things, and seeing the same things play out over and over in that game bored me to death. I paused for a few seconds as I tried to think of a way to finish the story in a funny or interesting way, but Monika interrupts me before I can continue.
That's a really nice story. You don't know how much I can relate to that.
Really?
Anyway, can we change the subject, please?
If you're not comfortable talking about it, I suppose we can, but I kind of wanted to know more. Sure. This just doesn't feel right to ask. Something just occurred to me. Ever since I first saw you, there's always something important or useful you seem to be doing. Organizing, writing, presenting, studying, stuff like that. It's like all you do is stuff other people would consider work or tiresome at the very least. I was thinking, do you ever do anything just for fun?
Oh, I am enjoying those things, Ben. Most of them. But I guess you have a point. I don't usually talk about these things, but I've always been told by my family to spend my time in the most productive manner. If I wanted to play, I had to play a sport, solve a puzzle, practice music, or learn something new. It became a habit, and now it just comes to me without thinking about it.
You literally spend every day working and studying?
Okay, there is one thing we could call a guilty pleasure of mine.
And that is... It might sound mundane coming from me, but I like to watch TV and just shut out all the noise of the world from time to time. I don't do it very often because it's kind of lonely watching by myself. I'm 99% sure that wasn't a hint directed at me. Even if it was, I don't dare to suggest that I would volunteer in a heartbeat to watch TV with her.
Now it's your turn to share your guilty pleasures. Oh, God.
Would you like them ordered alphabetically or by category?
Even if there are many, they can't be that bad.
Oh, you have no idea, girly. Okay, here's one. I like to play visual novels. You trying to talk to me, buddy? Because you're wrong. There, I said it.
Don't worry, you're not alone. Although I dislike how writers often rely on common stereotypes for the characters within.
Do you play them too? See, we even got to ask Monika if she plays games without having to use the option. So there we go, win-win.
Not really. It's more complicated than that.
Look at her quizzically, waiting for an explanation for her unusual answer.
Give me some time to think it over.
A minute passes, but she still hasn't said another word. I guess she just wanted to drop the subject. Pretty sure that's supposed to be some meta humor. I look at Monika and see a determined look on her face. With every step she takes, confidence emanates from her. The whole situation makes me question what her motive could be for walking around with a guy like me. It's not like I'm that great or anything. Even the joke I told her wasn't something I came up with on my own. Just presenting things other people made in my own way doesn't merit appreciation, right? Suddenly she speaks up with a soft voice but without looking at me.
Not far now.
Eh?
Monika keeps walking without another word, like she has her sights locked on her target. Maybe she wants to show me an interesting view of this place? She stops wordlessly and leans on the railing, looking over the calmly flowing river deep below us. I stand in the middle of the bridge and stare out over the water, gripping the railing with one hand. Breath for a moment, letting out a shaky sigh. Eyes are closed that I can feel a light breeze brushing past my face. I'm reminded of the sensation of weightlessness. Ben! She suddenly calls out to me with an anxious tone in her voice. What's on your mind? Yes, Monika? Oh, you just seemed really somber for a minute. I got worried you were gonna start crying for some reason. Is that an insult? Come on. Don't worry, I'm not like that. Ben, listen to me. I'm glad if you have no reason to be sad now, but you don't know what unexpected turns our lives will take. Even if you don't want to let the pipes loose in front of anyone, you should find a healthy outlet for the bitterness whenever it's welling up inside. A close friend of mine had this problem, and it was eating her up from the inside. I hope you'll never experience that. But whatever happens, remember this. There will always be someone waiting for you. Her words are unexpectedly touching. I turn back to the river in front of us and enjoy the quiet sound of the wind. She starts taking steps towards me. I hear her walking past behind my back, and then she stops. As I turn around, I see her looking at me with an inviting smile. I meet Monika's gaze for a moment. Monika. She tilts her head, motioning for me to follow in her footsteps. Let's go, Ben. I release my grip from the railing, following her lead. We take a similar path as we did before arriving at the bridge. After walking for a few minutes in silence, the uneasy feeling of not knowing where we're going pushes me to speak up. Monika, I don't know this area very well. Where are we going now? Home. I mean, I'm going home, and I assume you'll do the same. Personally, I wouldn't mind inviting you in, but I think you wouldn't like to meet my dad just yet.
Why? Is he really grumpy?
No, not exactly. He does have really high standards, though.
Oh. Alright then. My disappointment is probably written all over my face, but I try to hide it by looking at the ground and away from Monika. I get it.
Please, don't get the wrong impression. It may take you a few weeks, but I believe you can find it in you to take the necessary routes.
That sounds very confusing. Cryptic, even. You implying me you want me to play this game multiple times in order to gain access to your house or something? Is that what you're trying to tell me? I don't know. I look back at her with a puzzled look. What are you playing at, Monika? What are you hinting at?
Oh, self-improvement.
Duh.
You seem like a nice guy, but he doesn't like guys who are just nice. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you, just developing new habits like working out does make a difference. Even if you don't see the results right away.
Crap, she saw right through my bluff yesterday. And you didn't realize that? You didn't realize that with her gaze on the bus yesterday? Oh my god. You even thought it yourself, dude. She can see right through your bullshit. That's why I told you don't even try. Maybe this will help. You calling me fat?
No, I meant
Rub my belly in a joking manner and change my tone like I was talking to a kid. Don't listen to her, Mr. Tubby. A one-pack ab is just enough.
Monika lightly pushes me on my shoulder and lets out a soft giggle. You're so silly.
She stops in front of the gate of a beautiful, modern-looking house. It's an awesome red Corvette parked in front of the garage. Oh yeah, you can kind of see it. Is that Monika's house? I always had the feeling Monika was out of my league. Now that feeling just quadrupled. Am I even allowed to be in here?
Thanks for coming with me today. May not seem like a big deal, but I enjoyed it.
I'm really glad to hear that. Too bad our paths diverge from here on.
They don't have to.
Okay, I might be a little on the denser side, but that definitely was a hint.
We're having a meeting tomorrow at an ice cream shop with all the girls. So...
give me a time and place, and I'll be there. So that's the plan for Friday. You got it, girlie. Please?
I like your enthusiasm. Be sure to save some of it for tomorrow.
Wouldn't miss it for the world. She gives me the address and we agree to see each other there. Before calmly entering her house, she gives me her signature sweet smile, but this time it seems more genuine. Of course it does. Maybe I'm not as hopeless as I thought I was? You don't give yourself enough credit, dude. Man, tomorrow's gonna be sweet! But it isn't the ice cream shop that makes me think that. Of course it doesn't. Of course it ain't the ice cream shop, dude. Friday. It's Friday. Friday. Don't even make that reference. I wouldn't go as far as to say I'm not looking forward to anything, but Up until about a week ago, most of the days just seemed like a blur, and often I wasn't even sure what day of the week it was. I don't know how much longer this will last, but I'm glad Sayori introduced me to her friends. I'm not invested enough in literature to join their club, but with all the new things that happen, who knows what else the summer will bring. I half expected Monika to be generally welcoming. However, our interactions suggest to me that the look she gives me is more than just a friendly smile. Of course it is. There's definitely a kind of connection between me and Sayori. Could this be a sort of revival of our friendship, or something more? Now, I'm no rocket scientist, but both of those sound pretty promising. However, it will only go forward if I actually reach out and take the opportunity with my own hands. After all, doing nothing didn't get me too far, I'm afraid. With that, I embark on my journey to the ice cream shop Monika told me about yesterday. As I arrive, I recognize two of the girls sitting at a table. I'm telling you, they're literally retelling the same story over and over again, with each of them giving their own take on how things would happen, right? You wish! Most of them are literally just trying to force a sappy ending onto a story that's meant to be unpredictable and sad. Hey, mind if I join? Welcome back, Ben. I'm glad you could make it. Yeah, hi. So where was I? Have you seen Sayori or Monika? Monika's bound to be here any moment, since she's the least likely of all of us to disappear for no good reason. Ben, just look around you. You think Sayori would miss this? Brand new ice cream shop and hanging out with her best friends? Guess you don't know her well enough. You should have seen her at the school festival. Oh, I'm sure she was just devouring every sweet in sight. Now she mentions it, I didn't see her at the festival all day. Oh no. I doubt she was avoiding me. We probably just visited the stands at different times. Still, you never saw her once in passing, even? What do you mean? We barely finished our performance. First thing on her mind was, can we go to the cafe now? Now that I think of it, there was a sort of cafe in one of the classrooms. They served drinks and snacks. Their chocolate cake was delicious, and I even bought an extra slice to take home. As I recall all the stands in my mind, Nat keeps going on about their experience at the festival. And I got a plushy tiger hat. That sounds like you. That sounds really cute, Natsuki. It was at this moment he knew. He fucked up. I'm not cute! He wasn't calling you cute, dummy. He was calling your hat cute. Speaking of cute, Sayori arrives with her neon green bird plushie tucked under her left arm. If she was wearing her PJs, I'd swear she just fell out of bed. Hey, that's Monika's plushie! Her wide smile is radiating with joy, and she waves at us immediately after noticing us. She puts down Mr. Bird next to her after she takes her seat. Hi, everybody! Seriously, you brought a plushie? Way to boost the atmosphere. What do you mean? Plushie, ice cream, you... Can we add anything to make it more kid-friendly? Cupcakes with kitten faces! Hey! Anyway, why are you late? Do I need to have a talk with you about oversleeping again? Natsuki imitates cracking her knuckles, but in a playful manner. Well, I was all set to leave home, then I accidentally... She mutters something under her nose, but with a sneaky curving smile on her face. You accidentally what? The whole thing! Sayori, could you clarify what it is you accidentally did? Well, I was just holding it in my hand, then Hello and welcome to Stone Cold Steve's. What can I get for you?
Ice cream! What kind of ice cream, dummy?
That's great. I love this. We look behind us and see the one greeting us is an all too familiar person.
Ha! You thought it was a waitress, but it was me, Monika!
Well, the more you know. You have a job too. Monika gets a chuckle out of Natsuki and Sayori, but the joke seems to have flown over Yuri's head.
Hello, Monika. If you're the waitress.
Not getting a joke is one thing, but taking it seriously is on a whole new level. Okay, sorry about that. I have one request. Please, can you make Natsuki read a real book for once? Oh, damn, she was hiding her power level.
Shut up!
Even your jokes sound like a quote from some novel. You don't like to read books, Nat?
Of course I do!
Well, I just don't read them very seriously. Unlike some people here. Yuri only wants one thing, and it's frickin' discussions.
I concur, Natsuki. As I just demonstrated, I am fond of the occasional, how do you say, banter.
Whatever you say, Princess of Darkness.
I actually like that. Eh?
Nothing!
Didn't you want to continue the topic from a moment ago?
Oh, yeah.
What was the topic?
We were dissecting the various aspects of stories written by hobbyists we read on the internet.
Yep.
You know, I'm not crazy about good grammar, but are some people really this bad at it?
Some people can't help it, Natsuki.
Like you've ever heard of proofread. Like you've never heard of proofreading. Monika looks away and lightly shrugs her shoulders. I wouldn't want to start an argument about grammar either.
Regrettably, I have to agree.
Publishing work of such low quality tells more about the writer herself or himself than the characters in the story.
So yeah, I can look past that. Then there's stuff that just doesn't make sense. Character says some sad stuff and she's grinning like a carved pumpkin lantern.
Or when somebody literally says sigh. How hard is it to write I sigh, she sighs, etc.? That is quite the amateur mistake. If I may add, I read horror iterations of that one specific story they make inordinate versions of, and apologies in advance, but there's a fine line between horror and parody. Throwing in cheap scares just for the sake of it is even worse than not having them at all. It's like trying to build atmosphere by haphazardly painting a room red halfway and filling it with an extremely strong musty smell. The only way that's scary is if you prepaid for renovating the room. I'm sorry. I'm finished. I don't get what you two are talking about. That's okay. You don't need to. The three girls laugh at Yuri's remark.
Sigh.
If jokes were airplanes, this place would be an airport.
Come on, girls. It's not like any of us have had a great deal of success when we tried crafting our first stories. Just remember when we started sharing poems. I loved reading everyone's poems. I wished mine was as good. Sayori, you're doing it again. Eh? Monika shoots Sayori a knowing smile. It took her a couple seconds to reciprocate, like waiting for a ball that's being passed to her. Even your first one was decent, at least. You talked about your poems in the club? Yes, we did. I even offered writing tips each meeting. I actually wrote one myself. What? Ben's own poem? I thought the game crashed for a second because I clicked and nothing happened at first. Would you mind sharing it with us? That is, if it's not too much to ask for. Does he even have it on him? Yes, please. I want to have a good laugh. Savage. Natsuki. We won't laugh at it, I promise. Can you show it to us? Warning you now, it's very short. A short and simple can be just as good. Yep, figures. I agree, it's your technique that matters, not length. I'm just glad you're trying, Ben. Can encouragement feel insulting? Why do I feel like we're not talking about my poem anymore? Oh, he actually has it on him. Oh my god. Here it is. I first hand it to Monika. Then Sayori. Yuri. What's so funny? Ben, is this the poem you wrote? I don't know how to break it to you. Yep, that's some meta humor. I put my phone back into my pocket. They're probably just saying they don't mind if it's short to get me to show it. That's enough, Natsuki. Let's not demonize Ben so quickly. He could be a misunderstood creative genius. Oh, enough. What's that, Yuri? Did he pick your favorite words? Anyway. Why don't we go and get ice cream now? Ice cream! Sayori, please don't scream next to my ear. Sorry, Yuri. Sayori whispers with a playful expression on her face. Ice cream. We walk over to the display and browse the huge selection of ice cream flavors. Yuri glances over all of them, including the extras she can get, and talks to the shopkeeper with a clear idea in her mind of her desires. Nat and Monika are still browsing. Monika's conflicted between two variants of coffee-based flavors. Natsuki is eyeing the prices of the cheaper, more traditional ones. Meanwhile, Sayori is like a kid in the candy shop and saying her thoughts out loud about which one she had the longest time ago. She's debated with herself over if she should listen to her tummy or her mind. I have a feeling I know which one is winning. Me too. As I'm about to pay for my order, Monika sidles up behind me and talks to me in a hushed voice. How about you get the tab for all of us, Ben? Yeah, how about... No. Not today! Does she think I won the lottery? That would fundamentally change things, not just be a convenient way to pay for sweets. After we all placed our orders, we sit down at our table. However, Monika doesn't have any ice cream. On a diet, Monika? To the contrary, I'm having a cheat day. I'm not supposed to cheat, I know, but I think just a bit of guilty pleasure wouldn't hurt any of us this time. Everyone starts munching down on their bowls of ice cream. Yuri and Nat carve small bits off at a noticeably different pace. Yuri is at it like she... Ooh. Ah! Brain freeze! Brain freeze, yep. Too fast, Sayori, too fast. Like she forgot it's not a good idea to rush. Meanwhile, I'm just doing it Ben style. You know how it is. Me. Ha! Even the ice cream tastes worse with a joke like that. Your order, miss. Thank you. Wow! Ah! That's huge! What did she even get? Everyone is intrigued by the icy masterpiece, and Monika gives a detailed list of its contents. It's covered in almonds, chocolate syrup, caramel, 5 different flavors of ice cream, 2 of which are coffee-based, whipped cream, of course, the cherry on top. Jesus, she got a giant frickin' sundae, dude. As she finishes saying that, she takes the cherry with the one elegant motion and pops it in her mouth. Certain thoughts pop into my mind at the same time. Cherry kiss. Natsuki and Sayori are already finished with their bowls when Monika isn't even the third of the way through. Hey Nat, do you like any of these flavors? Yeah, why? Sharing is caring! Eh? Come on, grab a spoon and we can share it. I don't know if she's only saying that because she realized she ordered too much or just wanted to surprise Natsuki. I think it's a little bit of both. Yep. Okay, everyone. I'm full. That's not really what I wanted to say. It just came out. So would anybody like to play the acronym game again? Oh yeah. Again? Yes! It was so much fun on Monday. How about you? Maybe one more time. Well, I for one am in the mood to play it one more time. So... Ben? Yeah, let's do it! Alright, here we go. Final round. Oh! Oh, okay. This is interesting. So because these are the 2 routes I was on, I only have the choice of Sayori or Monika. Okay, let the final battle begin. Sayori got the first one. Please ask the waiter. Oh boy, this is stressful. I lost track of who has how many. This is gonna be tense. Who we get in the end. The game concludes and Monika announces the winner. I didn't expect it, but I still managed to win somehow. Sayori seems like she was kind of bored when we finished. Did she get upset because she didn't win the game? It's not like the game determines anything important. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about, dude. They then get into a conversation about literature. I can't really complain about feeling excluded since Monika originally came up with this game for that purpose. Random thoughts start to cloud my space as I space out. I've already lost track of time when I suddenly hear the girls laughing about something. I decided to listen in with the hopes of actually being able to contribute a few meaningful comments. It's kind of like the story behind the story we are reading. You mean like the stuff people do behind the scenes? No, Ben. We were talking about how a well-crafted story tells you more than what can be seen on the surface. I'm way out of my depth here. Silence is golden is another saying that comes to my mind. Would you like to explain it, Yuri? Yuri? Oh, sorry! I was weighing my options on what I could read tomorrow. Would you mind repeating that? It's okay. Would you like to explain what we mean by the story behind the story? With pleasure. It's the set of the intercharacter dynamics, rules of the world, e.g. magic, implied or stated messages of the author, and possible events. What people call backstory is not the same, but rather a part of it. Creating such a story behind the story, in other words, a meta-story, can be an encumbering task, but it gives guidelines for the author. By establishing the rules of a world, the reader can be led to have a set of expectations, which can be ultimately shattered as the world in question is revealed to be a far cry from what it appeared to be. Everybody is silent as we listen to Yuri. Not just us, though. Literally, nobody else is talking in the shop. Alright, I'm going to take a moment to save. My recording, I mean. Sorry, I got a bit carried away there. No, keep going. This is good. I like where this is going. Wonder when you're going to drop this habit of rambling, of saying sorry all the time. So, anyway, I have a sort of announcement to make. Really, it's more of an invitation. There's this nice pool place I visited with Sayori, and I wanted to invite you all there. I'm available on Sunday. How does that sound? Pool party! Woohoo! Well, you know, if I can make it, I'll be there. I suppose it would be practical for the necessary dosage of vitamin D. Ben? Sorry for always asking you last. Can only promise two things. I'll be there, and I won't drown. Good enough for me. Now, what do you say? Shall we take this meeting somewhere else? About that. Did you have something else in mind, Sayori? Yeah, I wanted to go shopping for clothes. If discussing literature is out of my comfort zone, then clothes shopping isn't even visible from within that zone. Just do it! We could go with you, right, girls? Shopping, Monika? Really? Monika looks over to me, but I doubt it's because she needs my advice. She turns back to Sayori for a few seconds of what I assume to be thinking. Would it be okay if you went even without us? Well, I was hoping Ben would come with me. Sayori, there's no way I'm watching you browse clothes for hours. That's mean, Ben! Yeah, it kind of is, but I'm not in the mood for it. Cheer up, Sayori. I take it that means Monika won. That means I won, Monika. Maybe another week. Weird, I was just about to say that. Until then, just focus on those happy thoughts. Oh my god! Oh my god! If you've never played the original game, that is so dark. That is so dark, and I love it. Oh my god. Oh, Jesus. Fine. I guess I'll just leave then. Damn! Oh, that was brutal! The other girls barely have a chance to say goodbye to Sayori before she walks away. As she turned away, I think I saw her smile turn into a frown for a split second. Because you didn't pick her! So how about everyone else? And we're just gonna move on. Wow. There's this lovely cafe I thought of going to. We could say that's my spot. Yeah, that sounds like you. They not only serve amazing coffee, but they also have handcrafted pastries. That sounds awesome! How about you, Ben? How could I ever say no to that face? How could I say no to that smile? Let me show you. Huh? I stand up and walk over to the entrance. I hold it open and gesture for the girls to walk out, with a smile on my face. They actually liked it. We went with public transport and I sat next to Monika. Honestly, sitting next to her feels like it was meant to be some sort of privilege. Even though I sat next to her on Wednesday, too. We do end up chatting and she tells me a little bit more about what kind of responsibilities a club president has. Before I can change the subject, she interjects. We have reached our destination. It's just a stone's throw away now. Hey, it's the how about that? It's the cafe from our time. Sweet. As she enters the doorway, Monika looks me in the eye. What a gentleman. Nat stops in her tracks and starts looking around. Wow, Monika, this place is awesome. How did you find it? I was just walking around and wanted a cup of coffee. This was the first cafe I saw and I instantly fell in love with it. No kidding, it's really fancy. If their goods are just as good, it's a perfect fit for you. You'll see. Come on, let's order something. I'm sure you'll love their selection. I can't wait! The decorations and furniture are really top-notch, but that gives me the impression that this shop is expensive, I think is the word you're looking for. We approach the display filled with handcrafted cakes and other pastries. Above, there's a big board with all the prices. My impression is confirmed. If my wallet was alive, it would scream in horror at the numbers in front of us. Didn't you spend all your remaining allowance on that gym membership or something? So aren't you kind of broke? How does Monika afford this? The cogs start turning in my head as I process the possibilities of Monika regularly visiting such an establishment. Does she have a rich family? You're finally putting it together, huh? Does she work outside of school? Does she have that many guys taking her on dates? Those cupcakes are so cute. And she cuts herself off. Curious little cupcakes, aren't they? Shut it! While they examine all the delicacies in the display, Monika's ordering 3 drinks. With honey, please. What are you getting for yourself, Monika? A black Americano with sugar. That's how I like it. Sweet and dark. That definitely sounds like you. I feel like there's a reference somewhere in there. Because there is. I decide to let it go because I've demoralized myself enough just by thinking about the price I have to pay. It's worth it, dude. Trust me. What should I get? What can I get? Remember one of them, the espresso, which is a shot of coffee. Not planning to take any shots today, though. Paying together? I can feel Monika staring at me before looking over to confirm it. I don't know. We might have a gentleman among us. Oh, God! Oh, my God. If that wallet was screaming before, it's crying tears of blood now. It's just a few cups of coffee, Ben. So... Okay, Monika.
You'll be my guest. Another time.
You're so cheeky. But I'll hold you to your word.
Will you now? I'm about to pay when the cashier reassures me that I can go join the girls at the table. I assume I'll pay when we're done. We go and look for the other two girls who've already taken their seats at a table and are engaged in conversation. I recognize Nat's voice sooner than I actually saw the two of them. She sounds very enthusiastic, but not in a happy way. They barely glance over at us as we sit down in front of them. And he just happens to have a legendary uncle. But wait, it gets better. They build the machine in a few weeks and it works on the first try. Then he convinces the gang that they live in a false reality. In 10 minutes. Should I even mention suspension of disbelief at this point? Guess what the genius does next? He asks the gang to help him with fixing the invention he created with his legendary uncle, despite the others not having any idea about all the technical stuff. Is the protagonist likable at the very least? If by likable you mean not cringy, then no. He constantly stumbles on his words and treats normal high school girls as goddesses. I feel like there's a jab in there somewhere. He might as well be called Mr. Otaku. What's an otaku, Natsuki? Should I be considerate? Nat looks at me with a supreme amount of snarkiness. Nah. And I don't get too carried away with the description. An otaku's basically a guy obsessed with anime culture to an unhealthy degree. They're usually total shut-ins and fantasize about one of the fictional girls being their wife. Fantasizing about fictional characters. That's so embarrassing. Who would such... Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what secondhand embarrassment looks like. That's great. Is there a story you would recommend to us? Well, there's this one that left me with mixed feelings. It wasn't bad, but I didn't get this thing between two of the girls. One of them had some sort of illness and the other girl came over to take care of her. Then they started falling for each other. I was like, what am I reading? That sounds like a psychological trope I read about called the Florence Nightingale effect. I personally find such explorations of the human mind fascinating. Okay, brain touring aside, why did it have to be two girls? I don't see anything wrong with that. I find myself nodding along to Monika's statement. Ah, gross! Speaking of the deeper reaches of the human psyche, I believe a romantic novel messed with psychological horror elements would be an exhilarating read. Kinda like this game. Yuri, cut it out! Don't worry, I believe I understand your disinterest in the topic. After all, you put your standards lower so you can reach them, right? Oh! Get shit on! What's that? You gotta come down from your ivy tower so the normal people can hear you, too. At least my back is straight and not curved at a convenient spot. It's a medical condition, you know that. And not being tall is a choice? Dummy. Anyway. Sounds like Jake at work. Anywho. Let me tell you about a fanfic that I personally really enjoyed. Oh my god. You know, that's something I actually am thinking about making into a video, because in After Story, Monika keeps asking me to read her fanfiction. So, let me know if you guys want me to make a video on that. It's titled After Story. Oh, oh my god! I literally was just talking about that. What are the odds? Oh my god, dude. The girls continue to chat about these stories they read online. And I'm just sitting here contemplating about this new superhero game I'm gonna play. Suddenly, I hear somebody snapping their fingers in front of my face. Yo, this isn't the napping club! Huh? What do you mean? You spaced out for like 20 minutes. Oh, that's why. That's long even by my standards. Oh, that's bad. Hey, at least I wasn't overthinking social interactions with the girls around me like a character in some bad fanfic. Besides, planning strategies for my in-game champion has a use other than keeping my mind busy. Does our school have a napping club? No, dummy! We were just talking about clubs in general. So what I wanted to say is, I do believe that Todd guy from the chess club has a bright future ahead of him. I know, he's a little nerdy, but I can imagine him becoming the face of some sort of tech company one day. I feel like that's a jab at Todd over at Bethesda. I don't know about that. I'm just glad he's not like those douchebags in the sports club. Not to brag, but I've saved this damsel from brutes a couple of times. Nat pokes Yuri on the shoulder. She says that. She rolls her eyes in response. They would have left after a while anyway. Shush, you're welcome. How about you, Ben? Which club were you a member of in school? He wasn't a member of any clubs. Oh no! If I admit I wasn't a member of any club, they'll probably think I'm some sort of weird loner. Well, what are you gonna say then? Maybe I am a bit, but I don't want them to know that! Oh my god, you idiot! You idiot! You idiot! Oh my god, why would you say that? Those aren't the reactions I was looking for. Then I saw the animated expressions of the guys in the anime club. I should let them go about their business, just let their conversation move on without me. Meanwhile, Sayori invited me to the literature club. I think we know how that turned out. Yeah, it turned out great! Oh, burn! A fun club with no creepy weirdos. Natsuki! So there weren't any clubs that interested you? Well, yeah. I bet if our club was about something else, you would have leapt at the chance to join. Wouldn't that mean the literature club would have never existed? What if the literature club never existed? She's asking the real questions here. Nat rolls her eyes in response to Yuri's attempt at changing the tone of the conversation. To be honest, I can't imagine myself in any other club. Thinking back to it, I have a feeling that I was supposed to join this club. Like there was no alternative. That's some meta stuff right there. Yeah, me too. It's weird. Perhaps our fate is already predetermined and we are merely acting it all out. You got anything to say about this, Monika? Like it has all been scripted for us. Yuri, cut it out! Oh, sorry. No, it's fine. You're speaking the truth without even realizing it, Yuri. Anyway, it's been a pleasure to spend time with every single one of you.
Fortunately, I have to go and tend to some other obligations I have for today. See you all on Sunday. Ben, stay for as long as you like. I'm sure the other girls will appreciate your company too. Bye. Monika starts heading towards the exit with elegance in every step she takes. Her hips are lightly bobbing from side to side. The gears in my head start to turn. Am I on to something? She said bye-bye while looking straight at me before she left. Did she imply she enjoys my company, too? Wednesday, she was very friendly towards me. I know this is risky, but I feel like if I don't take this chance, I won't have another one. Her hands touch the handle of the door as she gracefully leaves the building. I immediately stand up and hurriedly walk towards the entrance, following in Monika's footsteps. Oh boy, he's going for it. He's going all in. Lucky she didn't get too far from the cafe when I finally catch up to her. Monika, wait! Eh? Before you go, I need to ask you something. How about we go somewhere together? You mean like a date? If you want it to be. I can't do that. I'm too busy. Also, you're not really my type. We can be friends, though. Oh! I look off to the side with an unamused look on my face as I let out a short but frustrated sigh. That's fine. But does that mean Monika liking me was just a figment of my imagination? Regardless, I was kind of expecting this answer, so, whatever. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll find someone one day. I shrugged my shoulders with a sort of confidence I didn't know I had. Tough luck. I guess you'll just miss out on the chocolate shop. Bye, Monika. Dude! Monika said in After Story she really wants to go to a chocolate shop. Oh my god. Is this it? Is this it? Are we going to the chocolate shop with her? Wait, I just wanted to see how you'd react. I stop, but I don't look back just yet. I need to regain my composure. Is that so? It's a shame you won't get to see my reaction when I try the Belgian chocolate. Well, about that. Yeah? I'm actually free tomorrow. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I get the hint this time. Putting my hand on my hip, just as she's so fond of doing, I reply. You're just trying to get me to buy you chocolate, ain't ya? That wasn't my aim. But now that you mention it, will you? I don't know. You'll have to come and see. Saying that feels so weird. She'll probably think I'm a jerk for not giving her yes or no for an answer. I can feel her judgment weighing down on me like the threat of being an outcast. My heart is racing like I'm playing a ranked match and my entry to be a higher league hangs in the balance. I guess we'll just have to see tomorrow, right? What? I pinch myself in the cheek just to make sure I'm not dreaming. Ow! That sudden pain just gave me enough clarity to realize I'm forgetting something. So, how about we get in touch? I thought you'd never ask. The two of us exchange numbers. That's a win in my book. I imagine this looks like a mundane event from the outside, but internally I'm screaming with joy as the most gorgeous girl I personally know gives me an opportunity. Okay, so I think we are going to finish it off there because I need to get ready for work now. But Thursday and Friday, this was fun. I'm having a lot of fun with this. And it looks like we're going to wake up to something ominous next time.
So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed part 2, and I will see you guys next time. Take care.